This is gonna be a story time about my worst experience in Atlanta. This was in May, but I'm gonna tell you guys a little bit of the backstory. I was talking to this boy in like February. We're getting along. It was talking for like 3 months, and then he was like, "We should go on a trip." I'm like, "Yeah, we should." Cause it was like about to be summer. I want to be outside. So we was talking about Atlanta. You know, I live in Alabama and he lived in New Jersey, New York area up there. We planned the trip. The night before the trip, he was acting like he was just kind of being mean, like just being disrespectful. I had like iffy thoughts about it because it was gonna be him, his brother, and his 2 friends. It's gonna be all boys. And the girl that was supposed to come, he was telling me that he don't know if she gonna come or not because she had a situation going on, and so she doesn't know if she's gonna be coming. I'm like, okay, it would be kind of weird if it's just me. I'm the only girl and it's all boys. It's my first time meeting y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like in person. So I just ignored him acting funny or whatever. So the day of the trip, if you see my YouTube channel and you see my past videos like around in May, you'll know who I'm talking about. If you want to know who I'm talking about, go look at my YouTube videos and that's what I'm talking about. Cause I was like iffy, but I was telling him like, I don't know if I want to go or not. So I don't know. I have to let you know cause it's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot on me. And then I got my comfort zone and all this other stuff. And then he was like, cause I kept constantly saying that for like a whole week. And he was like, okay, bro. Okay, bro. If you don't come, bro, whatever, bro. The day of the trip, he kept calling me, like, girl, come on this trip. Like, he wanted me to come. He trying to put like he didn't want me to come, but he did. We all meet up at the airport. Everything's fine. Meet everybody. You know, I'm shy and whenever I'm saying, hey. We get to the Airbnb. One of his friends are big and tall. You can tell he's the one that gets no pussy. You can tell just by how he looks. You can tell he gets no pussy. Okay. Well, 2 of his friends look. Mind you, it's him, his brother, and his 2 friends. His 2 friends look like they don't get pussy. I'm just gonna change it up like that. Both of them like they ain't got no pussy. So the first day we look around the Airbnb's house. It looks like, oh, it looks nice. It looks good. Okay. Ain't no roaches. You know, they look nice. The big friend, the big, tall, big one, he decided to go on a trip last minute. So we already had our rooms. So I told him straight up, I said, you know, you gonna sleep on the couch, right? And he gave me the most nastiest look. I'm gonna call him Raccoon. That's what the person that I was talking to for 3 months, we're gonna call him Raccoon. So Raccoon, I'm looking at Raccoon like, I thought he knew he was sleeping on the couch. Why he acting like that? Why he looking like that? They ain't say nothing. So that was like a weird, awkward. So, you know, I'm just ignoring it. Cause mind you, his friend, the big one, is very sassy. He gives people like the most weirdest looks. I'm like, why y'all always looking like that? His friend's like, he always do that. Well, he needs to stop doing that. Cause mind you, you in Atlanta. You look like that, a nigga ain't gonna play with you in Atlanta. So he ain't straighten his ass up. Trick, I know you from New Jersey, New York up there, but down here, don't. So once everybody gets settled in, his brother and the other friend had went to go get their rental car. And we got a Challenger. It was just the big dude, Raccoon, and me. So once they came back, we went to Zaxby's. They don't have Zaxby up there where they at. I never had Cane's. I went in Cane's. But I had Zaxby before. It's down here everywhere. Me and Raccoon both do YouTube. So I'm like, let's, you know, when we get our food, let's not eat it here. Let's go back to the Airbnb and do a mukbang. Because it'll be good entertainment. You know, just do a little chit chat, talk, questions, stuff like that. So he's like, yeah, that's a good idea. We get to the place, we do a mukbang. Like in the middle of our mukbang, his big friend gonna talk about some.
Enough chatting. Y'all need to do more eating than chatting. Y'all doing all this talking, but not enough eating.
I'm like, that's the whole point of a mukbang, is to talk and eat at the same time. So I feel like his friend was jealous that I came on a trip with the Raccoon. His other friends were single, they had nobody. So just me and him, we were kind of vibing, and he noticed that. Like, is she feeding him food? And I feel like he was jealous. That's what I feel, low-key jealous that he don't got nobody to be talking to. He ain't got no play, basically. Because mind you, he was talking about how he wanted to go outside and get on some girls. And baby, you not This is what I'm saying. The way he looks, he was not gonna get no girls looking like that. It's like little side.
So y'all, literally this entire story doesn't make sense. And my 25th birthday probably should have been my last birthday. But thank God I'm still here. So me, my best friend, and my sister decided to go to Atlanta, right? I'm gonna fast forward. So the day before our birthday, my sister actually had to leave Atlanta, and it was just me and my sister on the day of our birthday. And the next day, we were actually flying back home at like 7 in the morning. So since it was the day of my birthday, we like, duh, we still gotta go out and turn up. But we had agreed to make sure we ain't do too much. We had to be at the airport by like 5:30 in the morning. I get to the club, we partying, right? People start finding out it's my birthday, so of course they're giving me shot after shot after shot. Y'all, I am on my ass. We meet these two people at the bar, right? They still buying us drinks. We so messed up by the end of the night. The two people we met at the bar gonna go, hey, y'all wanna go back to this studio? We're having an after party. Mind y'all, the club ended at like 3 o'clock in the morning. We probably didn't even leave the parking lot till like 3:15. Remember I told y'all we had to be at the airport by 5:30? Anyways, we ended up getting in the freaking car with these people. These strangers. So we in the car, right? And we driving, right? So we in the back of the car. I'm sick as hell. I remember my best friend writing me saying something don't feel right about being in this car. At the time, I really couldn't even think straight because I felt so sick. I was like, bro, I'm about to throw up in their car. My best friend then tries to get the people to pull over and they're like, hey, she's sick. She about to throw up. The dude gonna say, hey, there's only like 15 minutes left. You think she can hold it? This idiot. They ended up pulling over at this gas station on this dark ass road. Soon as I got out the car, y'all, I am puking. They stand there and literally watch how sick I am and gonna go, you think she good for us to keep going? Like, what? My best friend was like, nah, she good. We're gonna go ahead and get an Uber back to the hotel. So our Uber pulls up, right? She see how sick I am and she goes, oh, she's not getting in my car. I'm literally looking at the Uber and I'm doing this exact. I won't throw up and Y'all, I'm literally throwing up as I'm telling this lady I'm not about to throw up in her car. After several minutes, we finally convinced her to let us get in this Uber. And she takes us to the hotel. I don't even remember the ride back to the hotel. Soon as we get out the hotel, y'all, I'm throwing up in the freaking trash can right in front of the hotel. Don't even remember getting to the room, but somehow we got to the room. Next thing you know, I hear somebody banging on the door like the police. And then our phone is ringing off the hook. I answered the phone and my friend go answer the door. My sister's on the phone like, what the hell? Y'all about to miss y'all flight. It's 7 o'clock. She's like, the lift is outside. She had already called the lift and everything. Remember when I said the flight took off at like 7:20? Anyways, we throw all of our stuff in the bag, right? And then we run out the door. I didn't even put any shoes on. We run outside, y'all. It's raining and everything. All I have is socks on. We jump into the lift and we tell the guy, like, our flight is literally about to leave at 7:20. Why would he even take us? This man speeds off. Like, I'm talking speeding down the highway. Y'all, we probably got to the airport. We was probably like 7 minutes from the airport. So we got there at like, I don't know, 7:10. I get out the car, we get our stuff falling out the bag. We run inside and I'm literally at the Spirit counter. Like, hey, we're trying to catch our flight. The lady goes, what time your flight leave? I was like, 7:20. I think she literally wanted to laugh in my face when I said that. She's like, you're not making that flight. I'm bawling tears at this front desk, trying to tell her I need to get on this flight. Why did we ever leave the hotel room to go to the airport? Y'all, we did not make the flight. She booked us for like later on that day. We ended up taking a lift back to the hotel because checkout was like 12 o'clock. Our drunk asses got back into bed and went to sleep. So many things were wrong with that story.
Put a figure that if you and your best friend are at work planning a birthday trip for her birthday and your new coworker / new associate friend low-key kind of invite herself and you and your best friend are kind of pussy to tell her no and didn't know how to tell her no, so you let her come anyways, and now you got to tell your other friend that's coming on the trip that somebody else is coming. Once you tell her, she's already like, no, why are y'all inviting a stranger to the trip? And we're telling them because she's cool, like, just give her a chance. And off the bat, she was not having it. But she still stuck it through because she cool as fuck. Like, she just that chill. So, fast forward, the trip, we tried to bond. The girl, the new associate, she's on her phone. She's not, like, trying to talk ooh, woo, woo, but we let that slide because it's like, whatever. We get to the hotel. She insists that she sleeps on the couch even when we had 2 beds and that she could sleep with one of the girls that she already know and not the stranger. But she don't want to go. So fast forward, it's time to go to our little trip. Mind you, we got everything planned. Everything is scheduled. Everything we doing is scheduled. So we got to be on a time frame because we want to get to all these activities in time. But she insisted that she do her makeup, and now she's taking forever to do her makeup when everybody's waiting on her when we are going to be late because of her. She is inconsiderate, but we let that slide because it's like, okay, it's fine. So later that night, Later that night, we're downtown in Atlanta. Everybody knows the Ferris wheel downtown. And when it's time to go, I lose my keys. When I lose my keys, she didn't want to help look for the keys. Everybody is backtracking, looking at the cars, everything, going back to the Ferris wheel, asking people around while she sets the car on her phone, not helping us look. So we are not from this town. We are not from somewhere that has trains, buses. We're from a small town. So we don't know how the subway or none of that works. So we're basically jumping over gates. We're asking people how to do this and that. So now we are on a random... I can't do this shit. Now we're on a random subway and we basically were running to get to the train and we almost missed the train, but we ended up getting in in time. We had to get on another bus to get to our hotel, and then we had to get in an Uber. So we are by a lot of crackheads, and now my other friend, she is pissed off because, you know, she the fake bougie. So she's pissed off. Okay. So I asked everybody if they could go half on a key fob for me, just so we could get, because mind you, we're in my car and I have no other backup key. I don't have no money, but I told everybody I'll pay them back. So everybody agrees to go half on a key when she's looking at me crazy because she didn't want to go half on the key, even though I'll pay them back right after the trip. Okay, the next day, later that night, she's insisting that we do other things. Mind you, we have everything. Mind you, the whole trip, she was actually asking to do other things, like go to different parties, da-da-da-da. But that wasn't a part of the plan. You know this is not. And I told her we could get to that once we fill everything in. But you know we had a plan, and this is not your trip. So she knew that. Oh, shit. Later at night, once everybody got back to the hotel and we were all cool, we wanted some food. We were hungry. So I insisted that let's just go to Waffle House and go get our food. My two friends, my best friend and my other friend, decided not to come because they just didn't want to. So me and the new friend, we decided to go. So mind you, I look a mess. She looks good. Let's get that. So, because I didn't plan on doing anything else. Okay? So we get down to Waffle House, which is about 5 minutes away from the hotel, and it is packed. Something I am not used to. We waited there for at least an hour and a half. And so I'm like, okay, let's go back to the hotel or let's go to a gas station, then go back to the hotel. She did not want to do that. So she insisted to go downtown. I said, I didn't really want to. She was like, let's just go. Let's see what they got. If they got another Waffle House down there. So she said, it is a Waffle House. So we go down there, downtown. As we're on the way downtown, she's like, oh, they're having something at GSU. They're having like a cookout barbecue. And I'm like, well, I don't really have any clothes on. So no, not really. Let's just go to Waffle House. So after that, Waffle House is packed as well. So I'm like, okay, I'm not finna keep doing this. So she's like, well, the boy that I'm talking to right now said just come down the street and he's down there at the cookout and we could go get some food. But I don't want to do that. So I'm getting irritated with her now because it seemed like you have other plans. Okay, this is not even the bad part. So I'm getting pissed off. She was like, okay, well, he got a friend with him, but he said you can't come if you're not fucking. I'm a very nice person, so I just kept it cute. I just looked at her crazy and I was like, well, Nyan and are waiting on us at the hotel. How about we just go back, because we've been out so long. We've been out at least an hour, 2 hours, and it was getting irritating. So the vibe changed once we had to pass by the GSU little cookout, and she obviously didn't like that. So she insisted that, well, when we go back to the hotel, the boy's gonna pick me up. Okay. So I'm getting irritated. So I'm driving, I'm speeding, and BAM! I hit a motherfucking curve. Going right next to the hotel. Going into the hotel, I hit a curve and I popped my tire. And so a police officer sees that we're struggling in the parking lot looking at the tire, and so he insists to help. As he's trying to help putting on my spare tire does not fit. So as he's fixing my tire, she's like, well, the boy's on his way to come. Are you good to be here by yourself? Yeah, I'm good to be by myself in a city that I don't know about, by myself at night. We were out so long that the girls were asleep upstairs, literally. And she did not give a fuck. Yeah. I didn't really try to blame her or nothing, but I'm blaming her. But now that I think back on that story, she was a really inconsiderate friend. And later on, like, we are not friends anymore. She ended up being a weird ass bitch. But yeah, that trip was horrible. Don't ever go to a trip with no money, and don't go with inconsiderate people that only care about themselves. Do not to let random people on your trips if you do not know them.
Thank you for watching, and until next time, take care.